This interview is for information only and should not be considered as investment advice or a recommendation to buy shares in the company featured. Welcome to this StockBox interview. Joining us this morning is Hewie Rattray, the CEO of the London Bitcoin company. Hewie, good to be speaking to you again. So you've closed your latest fundraise, 1.5 million raised this time to buy Bitcoin. So is this the plan every week to do something similar?
Hi, Mark. Thanks for having me again. Obviously, we have to be aware of the market and how much dilution it can take. But on the flip side of that, I have to be aware of our peers and people rotating from different treasury companies. And, ultimately what our mission is here is to stack as much Bitcoin as possible. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that, I'm going to constantly dilute at lower levels. It's not the ideal situation, but I made the move that I felt we had to make at this moment in time.
Okay. So for shareholders who are perhaps a little bit annoyed at the dilution, but also perhaps at the, let's say, performance compared to peers, what can you say on that front?
Yeah, so my message to shareholders is that, we have to take a bit of short-term pain for some long-term gain. And that was the reason for doing this raise at this point, because I felt like we needed to get a competitive edge and we needed to start looking attractive and keep building our Bitcoin balance sheet. I think, for me, I like nothing more to be the most popular guy at the party, but also I understand that, in the long term, for me to deliver value for shareholders, I have to make difficult decisions at difficult times. And this was definitely one of them.
Okay. Is it fair to say it was a weak raise compared to peers or good in the circumstances? What was the appetite like?
I think, over the past 4 or 5 working days, we've raised £2.5 million, which I think is on par or stronger than most of our peers.
Okay. And what game are you in then? You want to just keep doing this, keep stacking Bitcoin?
Yeah, we're still digging into the non-dilutive ways to, build the Bitcoin balance sheet. And, that's what, I'm really focusing on for the next couple of weeks is how can we do more of this without affecting shareholders and, the liquidity in the stock and things like that. Like I really, that's still the ultimate mission of the company. And, I still think the debt markets provide such an opportunity for us. It's just in the meantime, we have to do some slightly more aggressive transactions in order to keep up with the competition. Okay.
So the game plan at the moment is to carry on being aggressive and buying, raising and buying where you can. In terms of attracting institutions, what's the situation like there? I mean, do you look a bit more of a value play, do you think, at the moment compared to others?
Yeah, the kind of silver lining, to what we've done here is, we represent a much better value play than we did last week or the week before. So, we've compressed our NAV with the raise, and also, we've had some depreciation in the stock price, which definitely makes us more appealing and definitely opens up more doors and conversations with some bigger institutions.
Okay, good. Well, Hewie Rattray, CEO of the London Bitcoin company, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Mark.
If you enjoyed this interview, then give us a thumbs up, a like or a retweet. Subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Twitter and hit that notification bell to be the first to know when we release new content. There's loads of great content on our website too, across all our programs at StockBoxMedia.com. Thank you for watching.